is all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
One, two, good afternoon and welcome back. One, two. Please confirm if you can hear me.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hello Chintu. How you doing, brother?
Doing great.
Good.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Habibi.
Do you think that the headline inflation or the leading inflation is going to be lower by 0.9%, 0.8%? Because according to the forecast, it's a bit wide. Almost 1 whole percentage point decrease.
Hello, Thomas. How are you?
Hello, Shakil. Good. How are you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good.
Very good.
Good morning, Thomas.
Good morning.
I'm finally on.
Georgie. Finally, you had some difficulties joining the Discord.
Yeah.
J5000GA says gold flight to moon. Well, let's have a look on what do we know so far. So today we are going to have none less than the almighty CPI data print. CPI, or otherwise known the Consumer Price Index, measuring the change in prices for a basket of goods and services. It is an inflation indicator. It measures the change of price of goods and services as it's in the definition. And today is expected that the headline inflation to drop significantly to one of the lowest levels in 16 months. I think this forecast is a bit wild. I don't think it's going to drop down to 4.1%, but don't quote me. Maybe the smart people who put together this data, the analysts with the finest pedigrees, they know something. But according to what I saw in the data, there was nothing deflationary. The one single data which was deflationary was last month. Who can remind me what was the last week? Thursday. Jobless claims, initial and continuing jobless claims. That was the only single data which was actually significantly or bigger than expected deflationary. Other than that, every single month we had inflationary data. And you can see this from the chart because gold was actually falling week on week, month on month. So the whole June, actually May and June was characterized by, inflationary data. So I'm curious to see that whether this is actually going to happen, the 4.1% inflation data. If it is happening today, as we already discussed with the Alpha team, the members, if we have, and this is the important part, so please pay attention, but before I'm going to explain how to trade CPI today, let's reach 300 likes. Give me a shout when we reach 300 likes. And I will continue.
Yo, what's up, boss?
Hey, Luis. ¿Cómo estás?
I'm good. Waiting for you.
Ooh. Are you ready, boy?
Ooh. Nah, I'm not in that side.
Oh. Me neither, but if you don't look into each other's eye, it doesn't count apparently.
Baby.
Let's have a look. Oh, 70 likes away, and I'm going to continue the analysis on gold.
Hello, Thomas. Wagwan.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, Jamaica.
How you doing, brother?
Fantastic.
Very good.
And you?
Yeah, good. Thank you so much. Protocol Forex is asking, are we buying or selling? TP, stop loss, buy, sell, sauce salad. It's every single time if you go into any trading room, any trading group, the 4 questions: buy or sell, TP, stop loss. Oh, look at that. Someone prepared some narrative for you guys on how to trade gold today. Ho ho ho. Protocol Forex is asking, we buying or selling gold? Well, that's the question everyone is asking. So, if we reach 300 likes, I'm going to tell you whether you should buy or sell gold. Well, I'm not going to tell you whether you should buy or sell. I'm going to express my opinions and my forecast, but definitely not going to tell whether to buy or sell. You can judge on your own. Come on, we are all adults. Pankai Bender is asking, I'm in German 30 sell. Is that US CPI data affect that index so I can close before the news? Yeah, it's going to affect every single, pretty much every single asset classes. Dubacor FX says, sell gold as structure saying it. Well, how many times you actually blow your account because structure was saying it, but actually in reality it wasn't that way. Wait for the news, guys. Wait for the news. Come on, it's one of the most important data today, CPI. Just because structure looks, you know, buy or sell, it doesn't mean it's going to be actually buy or sell. You can be lucky. You can say, oh, the structure says buy and CPI comes out lower, thus gold is going to increase. Yeah, that's luck, but come on. It's not the structure that's going to decide about whether gold buy or sell. It's going to be the CPI data, which is in 33 minutes, by the way. Eric Lynn's still holding GJ from Asia. What about that? Right, slowly reaching 300 likes, and then we can continue analyzing the gold market, whether it's buy or sell. The street chat is asking, who are you looking for CPI data news? I'm not sure if I understand. Maybe when are you looking at or what are you looking at? I think there is a typo at the beginning of the sentence. Anyway, we're close to 300, so we can begin the analysis. So, who's ready?
Come on, come on.
Ah, maybe another day. Sorry, guys. Due to lack of interest, I have to postpone this one.
I'm here alone, bro. I'm here for you. Come on.
Let's go, Thomas. Let's go.
Let's do it.
You're right. Just because you're so motivated to trade today. So we are going to have CPI data print today. What you have to know, and this is the important part, we have many different CPIs, core CPI month on month, leading CPI year on year. It's all chaos. Which one you should focus on? What do you think is the most important out of these data? Or should you focus on all of them?
I think the core CPR is more important.
I agree with that, but that's a personal opinion. Because, you know, it excludes foods and energy, which is the two most volatile items. But also the headline inflation, the headline CPI data is also important because, you know, if there is no change in the core CPI, because it strips out the food and energy, which are very volatile, if there is no movement, then traders naturally are going to move to the next data, which is going to be the CPI year on year. That's one of the second most important. Third most important is the CPI month on month, so the headline inflation. So bear in mind that in this particular order, I'm focusing on the data. So the first one is the core CPI month on month, then the core CPI year on year, and the core CPI month on month, CPI year on year, CPI month on month. And this is the order I'm following. So the forecast, and this is the forecast by the analysts and economists. It's not my opinion. It's not my, analysis or forecast. This is put together by, many smart people. The forecast is set to be that the core CPI, there will be no change, but the headline inflation, there will be a massive 0.8% drop. What does it mean if this scenario turns out? What does it mean if CPI comes out lower? And we're going to analyze gold, we're going to analyze US dollar, and we're going to analyze stock market as well. So let's start with gold. If the CPI comes out as the forecast, so it's going to be lower than the previous, but higher than the forecast, or actually in line with the forecast. Let's go with this scenario. In this scenario, it's going to be bullish for gold because it is very deflationary. Once again, if you have a lower data print, which lines up with the forecast, so it's going to be around 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, even 4.5. I think it's reasonable. It's going to be bullish for gold. It's a bullish factor because it's deflationary. For the Fed has less reasons to increase interest rate. Or actually they can start cutting interest rate, which they did not say because they want to hold interest rate high in 2023. So the first scenario, if everything goes as planned, as the forecast, there is going to be a pump on gold. But that's only if we have a lower CPI. Now the other scenario, if you have a higher CPI data print, gold will depreciate. What's the reason for this if you have a higher CPI data print?
If you have a higher CPI data print, yields going to go up, and that's going to attract investors to invest in the US market or dollar, and then the value of the US dollar is going to go up, and gold is going to drop.
Yeah. So if you have a higher data print, means that the fear of inflation is coming back into the picture, and investors and traders, they are freaking afraid of inflation because it inflates away their money, their investment. And also the Fed is prompted to hit the market with another 25 basis point rate hike tomorrow, because ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow is going to be the FOMC interest rate decision, which is an important event, but there's going to be some other important things to focus on. There's going to be the interest rate decision, expected to be no change, even though I think there's going to be an increase. There's going to be economic projection, statement, and a press conference. The data itself is not that important. It is important, but more important is the narrative, how they wrap it and how they deliver it to us. So, but that's tomorrow. Let's worry about that tomorrow. By the way, who wants to live trade the press conference and the rate decision tomorrow night?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds good.
All right, we can do that. So, we discussed two possible scenarios for gold, if the CPI is higher or lower. And by the way, when you see the data, you don't have to wait for me or anyone. Most likely this scenario is going to play out. Don't waste too much money on any big lots. It's a high impact event. So sometimes price can fluctuate literally hundreds of pips within seconds and minutes. So make sure that you on your toes and ready to pull the trigger. My game plan today is that if you have a lower CPI, then I'm going to buy gold immediately, without hesitation. Lower CPI means lower than the previous one, and close to the forecast, which is 4.1%. So anything up to 4.5%, I'm going to buy. So between anything below 4.6, let's put it this way, I'm going to buy. Anything above, I'm going to wait. And if anything above 4.9, I'm going to immediately sell.
Thomas, may I ask you a question?
Sure.
What happens if there is no significant change in CPI?
That will be a problem. I think that in that scenario, gold is going to sell off. So if you see 4.8 or 4.9 in line with the previous one, or barely any decrease, or 4.7, I think there's going to be a sell-off. Technically speaking, you can see that we've been following this channel on the lower time frames, and so far the structure is holding up nicely. But even though, you know, it's not the structure that's going to decide whether gold is going up or down from this moment, there's going to be the data. But yesterday we did catch this beautiful sell from 1965, I believe, 1964. And we just reached that level again, and price started coming down. It looks like a bear flag, but cannot confirm anything because the market structure has been a bit off lately. But fun fact, if you look at the chart, you can see that I marked already a resistance and a support. So it's a horizontal channel with the top or ceiling and the floor, and you can see that price currently is bang on the 50%. So it's right in the middle of this resistance support channel. And if you look closely, you can see that we have a wedge closing in, which further confirms that, you know, the market is waiting out, loads of uncertainty. So this is when the market is moving sideways, just above the pivot, right on the 50% at the channel. So it is really 50-50. Which direction can it go? And it's not the structure that's going to decide. It will be, my friends, the CPI data itself. Yeah, there's so many speculation going on. Whether gold is, you know, whether CPI is going to be higher or lower, we don't know yet. So, in the morning, it looked like the market is front running because, you know, price was going higher and higher, and usually is the case that, you know, market is front running because, come on, this 4.1% versus 4.9 is a ridiculously low estimation, in my opinion. I think it's going to be, and that's my personal opinion, that CPI today is going to be higher than 4.1 but lower than 4.9. Maybe 4.4. I think that's reasonable. But the problem is, if you look at the data historically for the past 2 months, there wasn't many deflationary data. Do I have any open positions on gold? Absolutely not. No. Don't have any open positions on gold. Is anyone selling gold?
Nah, I was about to, because it was on the resistance, that little one, since yesterday US. And I saw it on a demo account. It's now running at 138. But I'm not into it. No.
Interesting. Could this be a jump retracement back to the pivot? Or the market is priced in that the data is going to be deflationary but still elevated. So there's going to be a sell-off. I'm going to delete some of the stuff from the chart. How many minutes for the data? 19 minutes.
Good morning.
Don Canavati. Oh, the street check.
What an intro.
Where can I look for CPI data? Let me show you a couple of economic calendars which you can use. The one I like to use is investing.com. It's well-rounded, very good articles, good summary. Definitely recommend investing.com. I think this is one of the best. Isn't the fastest. Recently, these fuckers have been very slow with printing data. My old favorite is Trading Economics. It's a bit blunt. It's a bit minimalistic. But it's a very good site. So these are the two I know. And of course I used Bloomberg for a long time when I was a trader. Oh, actually, it's interesting to see that the Trading Economics already stripped out the things that you don't need, and it's only put in core PPI month on month, but it didn't put in the... Oh, sorry, that's PPI. Crazy me looking at the wrong data. There you go, CPI. Yeah. It looks like gold is going to be a very beautiful sell. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a spike up since the market is falling.
Oh, let's have a look at the yields.
The news.
Ah, my oh my. Yields don't lie. But yields stock the same way gold stock. Look at this, closing into the wedge. So we cannot rely on the yields now. We have to further continue to watch gold. I think it's going to be a sell today because inflation won't be dropping as hard as the forecast says. So quickly, go for again the game plan for today, guys. Today is the famous CPI data print today. CPI, also known as a consumer price index. Consumer price index is an important inflation indicator. It measures the change in goods and services. It measures the change in price of goods and services in a basket of goods across various products and services. And today's CPI is very important because the Fed communicated that there will be no more rate hikes. There could be more rate hikes, but for now they're stopping with the interest rate increase and they're going to look at the data first. They plan to hold the interest rate elevated until the end of 2023, and if we have a higher data reading today than 4.9, gold is going to sell off immediately. Or if we have a 4.6, 4.7, 4.8, in my analysis, I think it's still a sell because inflation is still too high. But if you look at the forecast, which is a whopping 4.1%, it's 0.8% lower than the previous one. And I'll be only focusing on the leading or the headline CPI if there is no change in the core CPI. So long story short, if we have a significantly higher number, gold is going to sell off immediately. But if you have a lower CPI number, gold is going to go higher and revisit 1985 or even 2000 is possible, guys. But it's only speculation for now. I think that the data will come out lower than the previous one, but not as low as 4.1%. I mean, come on, it's a long shot, 4.1%. So what I'm expecting is that the data will be somewhere around 4.6, 4.7, maybe 4.5, and that is going to signal investors that, oh shit, it is much higher than the forecast, but lower than the previous one. The question is, which narrative is going to take over? The fear or the greed? Are they going to interpret the data as, you know, higher than the forecast but still lower than the previous one? Who knows? I'm not, I can't see the future and don't have my crystal balls. But what I can tell you, if you have significantly lower CPI, buy gold. I'm going to buy. If you have significantly higher CPI, I'm going to immediately sell off gold. So I did enter into a sell position because I was a bit cheeky. But we have 11 minutes, guys. So, and right now, I don't want to give you any false hopes, but right now, price just returned to the pivot. So this is a good buying zone, and this is why you have to be very, very cautious. Jesus Christ. Hello, I am Crypto. Too late. No, you're not late. Data is just coming out in 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. I did a small poll on YouTube to find out whether CPI is going to be lower or higher, and it is 50-50%, 49-51. TIS 2155 is his TP. So this guy is a good follower. He's targeting 2155. Oh my god. Still need to go higher. Wow, that's a long shot, buddy. It's not going to happen this year unless we have a nuclear war.
If it happens, I will ask him for his PayPal account and I will send him a bonus.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Unfortunately, the current interest rate environment doesn't support 2,155. The current inflationary environment. We have 8 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
And up we go.
Yeah, the pivot is a good support, surprisingly.
I'm expecting a spike then a fall. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, I don't know, buddy. I'm going to... I closed down the sell because that was good money. And
because if it's spike up, you can enter again.
These are the positions I have open, but I'm not. I don't have anything on gold just now. And I'm going to.
Have you seen Euro?
No. I wasn't following Euro for various reasons. But Euro should be higher now, based on Euro against what? Dollar?
USD. Yeah.
Stuff. I think. Oh wow, that was my chart a few weeks ago. Yeah, Euro should be higher because of the interest rate differential. So Europe is definitely going to raise interest rate compared to the US. Well, who knows? So Euro, I think it's definitely this year is going to reach at least 1.1100. That is my long-term forecast on Euro USD. Okay, now it's not the time to guesstimate whether it's a buy or sell, guys, because you know, looking at the chart, yeah, you can look at it. There are many confirmations for sell, for buy, but fundamentally speaking, I doubt that anyone knows the data. Right, so almost 800 people watching the stream. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. So my name is Tomasz. I used to be a floor trader. Started as an equities trader, execution trader, then moved on to the fixed income desk and also to risk management and the treasury department for sales. But in heart, I always remain a trader. So these are my open positions currently on my live account. I have closed down the gold short. I have what is it, GJ long, but it's a longer term thing. US 100 on Nasdaq I have long position, and also US 30, which isn't on the screen. These are my positions. It's a good week. It's only been Tuesday. I'm just gonna mute Don. So if you would like to get my daily analysis, and if you'd like to trade with me, have a look into my positions, I'm posting the link into the YouTube chat. There's a 50% discount. I trade macroeconomics mostly. Macro-based strategies, same as this one. So I look at the data and I determine the next move or the effect on monetary policy, and that way I'm going to enter into position. So and now it's looking like a buy. What do you think, Don? Or Romesh or Luis or...
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a buy the new sell the fact. or like spike on the news and fall down badly. Sorry, bunch of teenagers passed by. They were making some noise.
All right, so I'm going to close down slowly the positions. The big positions. The ones where I have good profit. Because now it's getting extremely close to the data release. So, Decision.
Assumption is the mother of all.
Now it's looking like a buy. But anyway, long story short, what you need to do is when the CPI comes out higher than expected, so higher than the forecast, I will be buying. If it comes out lower than the forecast, then I'm going to buy. Or
Already in a buy.
not just lower than the forecast, but lower than the previous one and slightly higher than the forecast, because the problem is that this today they gave us a extremely big deviation, 4.1 versus 4.9.
Three minutes for countdown.
2 minutes actually, Don.
Yeah. Just
Michael says gold is gonna get low. Well, it has to be, you know, still elevated inflation. Still don't have any open positions.
I believe wherever it goes is gonna come back to where it was until FOMC comes out.
Yeah, FOMC is going to be much easier to trade, in my opinion. The press conference. So, data is out in 1 minute 28 seconds. All you have to do, guys, read the notes. Lower CPI is going to be good for gold. So if it's close to 4.1 or even lower than 4.1, so anything up to 4.3, just buy. Higher CPI reading, anything above 4.7, sell gold, because it is going to be very inflationary.
Now it's going down.
50 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. 50 seconds. Shout out the data if you can see it, because we have 40 seconds. It's right on the pivot. It's not ideal. Don't tell anyone whether to sell or buy if you don't know the data. Oof.
They always do it.
20 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. I entered into a little buy because now it's bouncing back up.
Come on.
We have 5 seconds. 5 seconds. Come on. What is the data? What is the data? Data. Can you see it? Oh, stop loss hit. CPI 4.4%. Wow. Buy gold. Buy.
Now buy. TP already hit.
Buy gold. Buy gold. It's going to be a big buy.
Buy. I love gold.
Buy. quickly, let's have a look on the... Oh, shit. My stop loss is a bit too high. Pulling down a little bit. So, according to the flash data, let's have a quick look. So, holding the buy position. Let's have a look quickly. So, the data came out, CPI year on year, 4%, which is a whopping, unbelievable, guys. 4.9% is absolutely ridiculous. Core CPI, on the other hand, was unchanged. So that is inflationary, but this 4% is definitely deflationary. So I'm buying gold because the data was deflationary, at least the headline CPI. The problem with the core CPI hasn't been significantly lower. So what should be a good target? I think that 1986 is a very, very reasonable target. I'm going to just adjust the stop loss a little bit. It's a very reasonable... what the fuck is happening to gold? Why is it pushing back? Let's have a look on the chart quickly. Analyze it. Look at this. Whiplash. $200 pip
I'm
within
selling gold
seconds.
now.
Fucking hell. Why do you sell? His data came out deflationary. Earnings.
A quickie.
Let's quickly just draw it on the chart. This is the position I took. This is what I'm targeting.
Hello.
Hello, Bram. Why is gold pushing down?
Yeah, spike took me out. Well,
It doesn't make sense because data came out deflationary. At least the headline CPI. Let's go down to lower time frame.
It's gonna
That
push
is a
down and push up again.
Freaking massive 200 pip whiplash. Fucking hell. Gold retest and pump for 1974. What does it retest? Let's have a look on the chart quickly. $200 pip, that is insane. Oops, sorry. I wanted to delete this one. So what I targeted is I'm using the bottom of this channel as a guide for stop loss, and I'm sticking to the buy. If you look at the data, I know it's inconvenient. 200 pip whiplash is just a freaking insane, but sometimes we have to deal with this. The problem today is that we had the core CPI actually that's in line with the forecast, so that is deflationary as well. The month-on-month, again, little change, no change. But if you look at the headline CPI, it's a whopping 4%. So I'm sticking to the buy, no matter what. But we have to just survive this inconvenient whiplash of 200 freaking pips. I don't see anything on, can't see anything on lower time frame. Come on, push it up, gold.
Gold will go back to 50.
What's happening with GJ? US. Come on, gold. Push it up. Data was deflationary. Don't fuck around with me.
Do you consider this as mixed data?
No. This is a clear-cut data, but the problem is that the core inflation
Was going up and down.
there was no change. There was no change. I focus on the core inflation. There was no change, but come on, you cannot ignore that 4% drop in the headline CPI. So I think the market is going to pick up the narrative of deflation, and it's going to be quite favorable for gold. So quickly, Stocks are going up.
I-
Let's quickly have a look on the yields. Let's have a look on the yields.
Thomas, I stick
Yes.
to buy full volume. Full volume.
Full
Thomas.
volume, full margin.
Yes,
Oh my god.
number one.
Look at the yields. Yields are fucking dropping.
slippage
Gold is going to the moon. Gold is gonna go to the moon. Come on, push it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close down one of the Nasdaq positions. Gold can stay. I'm going to close down one of the GJ positions, and that's it. Leave the rest. US 30. US 30. No, I have to close down US 30 as well, I'm afraid, because it's too close to the entry. So US 30, good run, but I'm going to say goodbye. Now going back to gold. The fuck are you doing, gold? Come on. Data was deflationary, don't fuck around. Go straight up. Okay, US 30 is closed.
Guys, gold just made a double top on 1 minute.
Oh, I don't trade 1 minute. So,
Okay.
yields have been dropping. I look at the DXY, which I never do, by the way, is dropping as well. So everything should favor a gold long position. Yet, gold failed to make a new higher high, which is just a bit annoying. But, you know, sometimes gold is like this.
Still have New York.
Yeah,
I believe
this
it will go down and spike on it.
This 200 pip massive move is just fucking around everything. Alright, let's look at the live position. Rip to everyone with buy stops and sell stops. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I have to close down one of the gold positions. Okay, the breaking news on Financial Times as well. And by the way, I'm re-entering now with a bigger lot size. Now they became lower. Sorry?
Bloomberg just breaking news have US inflation slowed in May.
Yeah, the slowest pace. But this 200 pip, I mean 200 pip Whiplash, it's dirty. It was disgusting. It was dirtier than my ex-girlfriend, but there's nothing to do with that, unfortunately.
Now it's making another dirty move.
But I'm going to stick to the analysis. If you look at the data, everything was deflationary, apart from the core CPI, but there is no change. And the fact with leading CPI was a whopping, actually lower than the forecast. Come on, that is absolutely amazing. Market manipulation. Yes, it's the evil market maker that is going to take away your money. Come on, come on, come on. Don't fuck around, gold. Data was deflationary. There's no point in being rude. Oh, the fuck, gold, come on. Seriously, you're playing dirty? This 200 pip Whiplash is just a fucking nightmare. Ah, there you go. Okay. There you go, another long position. Going to put the stop loss, but this freaking long wick, there's nothing to do about it.
Buy on 48, Thomas.
Hmm?
You should buy on 48 for 50.
If it comes down to 48, I'm going to eat my hat. This microphone.
No. Full margin then.
No. No full margin. But how are you supposed to trade these freaking 200 pip whiplashes? Just ridiculous. Okay, let's have a quick look on the data, because clearly either we missed something or I'm interpreting the data wrong, which is rarely the case. If you look at the data, let me just lower the music a little bit. If you look at the data logically, yeah, core CPI was in line with forecast, but it's actually lower than the previous one, so it's deflationary. Leading CPI or headline CPI, again, it was a bigger surprise because instead of 4.1%, it came out at 4%. Everything is deflationary, and yet gold is just fucking around. So it's either waiting for... There is no other news events apart from the Bank of England speech, Governor Bailey. So I'm sticking to the buys because it's just ridiculous. Everything is pointing to direction. The data is deflationary. Oh, Extreme Gaming says sell stop and buy stop both activated. Lol, I just closed my sell stop at negative 100 pips. What the fish? I mean, that 200 pip definitely activated all of the sell stops and buy stops. That is the dirtiest move I've seen for a long time from gold. Literally 2 seconds, up and down.
I had slippage for in profit. As price, as position. My TP was 64, it closed at 68.
Don't fuck around gold. Everything was deflationary. All the data is deflationary. And what gold does? Whiplash is 200 pips. And then it just stocks and not moving. I mean, look at the size of the hourly candle compared to the wick. That is ridiculous. And I think everyone who said a buy or a sell, whether you said buy or sell, everyone was right. Everyone was right. Michael Russo says sell full margin. No. Don't do that, mate. Don't panic. Either to stick to the analysis, whether you're buying or selling, but don't jump in and out to buy and sell. Again, if you look at the data. Hey, Taz, welcome back, brother.
How you doing?
Struggling with gold, to be honest. Now, I need your input. If
I won't lie yet. I stayed out of the market. I was watching the bloodbath. I'm watching you on YouTube, and I had to join in on the Zoom just to get in on the conversation. Like,
that is ridiculous.
Shaking out the weak hands before the main news event.
But that's that was right when the data came out. 200 pip whiplash. I mean, this.
I know.
Look at the size of the candle compared to the wick. It's not something that happened recently. within literally 2 seconds, wiped out all the buyers, all the sellers, even my stop loss got hit. But if you look at the data, and this is the important part, guys, that you trade in financial markets, you should focus on financial data. Core CPI today printed at, in line with expectation, lower. The month-on-month, no change. Yes, that's a bit inflationary, but come on, if you look at the headline CPI, the headline inflation data, even I said that 4.1 is a bit too stretched, it's too far away compared to 4.9, and look at the data, it printed just 4%. It's almost 1 percentage point lower. It's the lowest in 2 years. Financial Times, Bloomberg, all goes nuts. Breaking news, inflation, the lowest level since it started. And yet, gold is not doing anything, just kind of stuck. So New York Stock Exchange is opening up in 45 seconds. What could be is that we're going to have another retest. Unfortunately, because we have this big ass wick, we're going to have another retest of the pivot on lower time frame. And then moving higher. But I don't see any reasons for gold to drop with this deflationary data. So if you haven't entered, I would look for, there could be some buying opportunities, but the problem is that, because of this wick, this big ass wick, it's difficult to keep a wide stop loss because that would be unnaturally wide stop loss. It's not reasonable. So I would stick with the pivots. Someone is asking about Nasdaq and US 30. Yes, we can look at it, brother. Nasdaq, I would go with buy, even at the current price level. It's nothing as too high now because data came out deflationary, so I think Nasdaq is going to hit 1500 today. You can use the previous price levels, for example, in the pivots. I think Nasdaq is going to go down. US 30 is looking much better. Who's in US 30 and Nasdaq with me?
I wish I was during loads of profits.
Yeah. So I entered into another buy on gold because data is deflation. There will be no argument. It should be going up. So now that we started the dust started to settle, I believe gold is going to finally do what it's supposed to do, is to go higher. Yields dropped, DXY dropped. Everything is supporting all the variables that usually move the market. Everything is supporting that gold should go higher. And I'm purely focusing on macroeconomics and economics because I'm a trained economist. I used to work on the trading floor. I've studied this shit and I love it. And every data was deflationary today. Only core CPI month on month. That wasn't 100%. That was no change. But because the standard deviation on core CPI month on month, it's not a surprise. It did many times. There were many times no change on core CPI.
This is valuable information you can get every morning only at one place.
Hey, look at that promotion. Look at that. Thank you so much for the kind
One and
words.
only morning briefing.
Only only morning briefing, guys. Yes, I do morning briefings every single day, where I talk about macroeconomics, fundamentals, you know, what moves the market, financial news. Not just news, but also building up the macro strategy for the coming day. For example, the same way I, you know, traded CPI today. Isn't the smoothest, isn't the finest. Oh shit, I forgot to post the position on Discord.
Hey Thomas, do you believe I have a brother that's into trading now because of me, of course? And I bought him a challenge to do, and he's now that motherfucker just opened trades like 0.10, 0.10, and after that just keep rising the lot and fail the challenge. That motherfucker! I spent 15 minutes yelling at him. Oh, that never could happen. That never could happen. He's crazy. I said, now he went to work, and I said, now I have to work. Fuck you, bro. You are awesome. Oh, really? That was. He's so stupid.
Well, that's gambling.
Yes, I told him. Now he's texting me, bro. I learned.
How long he's been trading? He must be fairly new.
No, you've been watching me since 1 year ago. I don't know. I'm being like in this like years. He's making the same mistakes that I was doing like 2 years ago.
I hate MetaTrader. Charting is the worst. Okay, now that you have the channel as well, I think we can use it as a guide. Fortunately, because we have this big ass candle, we have to use a wider stop loss. So, going back to the morning briefings, which was mentioned by Des. If you're new to trading, or if you want to not trade like the banks, but if you want to actually learn how financial markets work. I used to be a trader. I studied economics. I'm graduated in London. I used to work in finance and asset management and risk management, so I know pretty wide aspect of financial markets. And there is a 50% discount still. There are 2 free spaces left since last week. And what included? Daily morning briefings. How does it look like? It's a live webinar every single morning at 8:30, apart from Mondays and Fridays, but Mondays are no. So it's a live Zoom meeting where I talk about, you know, financial news, what moves the markets, what to expect, how to trade interest rate differentials, and, you know, economics. Then I move into the technical analysis, and I show you my entries, show you my positions. With charting, you want to spend the least amount of time and minimize the time spent in front. Sorry, I just started this. So I show you the positions that I'm taking. I show you my MetaTrader screen with stop loss, take profit, and, you know, all of the important information that usually people ask in the group. So if you would like to join, I'm posting the link into the YouTube chat right now. And going back to gold, that fucker isn't looking good, and we have still 35 minutes until the New York Stock Exchange open. Now it's a good, sorry. I had a look and the channel on my trading via MetaTrader looked differently because I drew it the wrong way. There you go. Now it's extended to the bottom. And you don't have to wait until price comes down to the pivot. I think we can use something like this. We can use the pivot to enter into another position. Arun Prapatsing, give us more discount, bro, if possible. Yeah, how about, you know, give it for free for you. Let's have a look in the news. US consumer prices rose at slowest rate since early 2021 in May. You see, even the headlines are deflationary. And I don't believe that this was priced in. It's way stretched. Even the 4.1%, I highly doubt that it was priced in. Okay, are you guys gonna be around? Stick around?
Yep, of course.
Still here, Thomas. Still here.
Yeah, Thomas.
Number one.
And keep doing this.
Right, I'm still holding for onto the buy. I'm not going to close it down. In fact, looking for more buys. Going to stick to the analysis, but I'm gonna pop down for some. Oh yeah, actually, I'm gonna wait that one because we have a new 4-hour candle in 10, 7, 3, 4. Sorry, 2, 1. And it started to go higher,
yeah.
which is not good because usually it does the opposite direction. So I think there's going to be another retest of the pivot, which is not ideal. Okay, I think we can start cleaning up the chart.
We could see price on this moment until tomorrow. We got PPI first and FOMC in this range. It didn't broke the triangle that says.
Barka Torka, are you from Budapest? No, I'm from Pipland. Market maker watching your stream, Tomasz. Yeah, 100% sure that the market maker wants to take away all the, satisfaction and, wants to ruin my stream just by, slamming the market when I'm in a long position. But no, I'm going to stick to the buy. I don't care what happens. The 4-hour candle didn't make a lower wick, which is a problem, so there will be another retest of 1958, but for now it's moving a little bit higher.
Thomas, gonna buy Ferrari this weekend.
What are we going this weekend?
Buy Ferrari.
Buy Ferrara.
Guys, I'm gonna buy Ferrari for the CPI.
Ah, very good. Good profit.
Number one, yes.
Number one. Okay, I'll leave the chart on this one because it has the narrative and it's easier to understand what is actually happening. So what you have to guys understand that CPI came out deflationary, which in my translation, in my interpretation, that is bullish for gold. If you look at the yields, 2-year treasury yields, for example, massive dump. And gold hasn't... oh, there you go. And gold didn't react how it should have been reacted to the drop in the yields. DXY also dropping, but I'm not really considering the dollar strength for various reasons. But because the CPI came out deflationary, I'm long on gold. Pav, can we see your real trading history? Sure, why not? So once again, this is my real trading account and these are the current positions I'm having right now. So I'm going to lock in some profits on the low ball position on the 10 lot because there is decent profit. So I'm going to lock in 4. Okay, that's good. Now we're back again into the channel. Gold flying, well, trying to, but it's struggling. Still needs a little bit more push. And I think the New York Stock Exchange Open is going to definitely bring that longer weighted push. Problem today, this 200 pip candle, the Whiplash, huge. Of course everything is messed up. It messes up the algorithms. Hassan, buy or sell? I'm buying gold because the data came out deflationary. For me, that was enough to buy. Unfortunately, we had this 200 pip Whiplash, which messed up everything. Borka torka. Borka torka. Magyar vagy? Gold is flying. Well, wish I could say. Oh, whoa. Okay, I will be back in a few minutes. Keep your eyes on my position. I set the stop losses. Let me just see the maximum risk. Unfortunately, I have to. No, I can leave that one. 1-2-1-2.
Roger, do you copy?
Gold is struggling to go either ways. Let's have a look on Nasdaq and US 30. So I said that US 30 and Nasdaq should go higher. It's, yeah, it's in profit, the second position, but not that much. US 30, surprisingly, it's much better. Did you guys enter into long on US 30 and Nasdaq?
I did not.
Me neither. Just trying to
I did a
figure
Nasdaq,
out.
but I already closed it.
Okay, we have 15 minutes until the data. It's not coming out until New York Stock Exchange is opening. Many people asking buy or sell. Well, I'm in a buy because of the deflationary data, but gold is just struggling to move into either direction because of this massive 200 pip whiplash. So I think there will be another retest of the pivot, and then purely focusing on the economic data, the CPI, it should continue higher. If you look at the lower time frame, moving back to the live positions, it started to move sideways. Still within the channel, which is good, technically speaking, but because now we're forming a wedge, messes up things, and that's because of the big whiplash we had. Pratap Singh, Arun Pratap Singh asking, bro, how can we connect with you, please? Let us know. Depend, what do you want? If you're asking me out on a date, if you pay for the dinner, drop me a DM.
Oh yeah. Link
If
in the
you
bio.
would like, Wine Dine at 69.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Habibi. If you would like to join the community, if you'd like to trade with me live on a daily basis, use this link to join.
To the best family that exists.
It will take you to the dark side of the moon.
Tamer just said that CPI with other news gold is bearish. But CPI came out deflationary, so it's not bearish. And I doubt that this 4% was priced into the market. Yes, the 4.1 was a bit overstretched. It was a bit extreme. Even I doubted that it can do 4.1. But then delivered, the US delivered a 4% inflation data, which in fact was a bit bigger surprise. So I'm still holding for the long positions based on purely macroeconomic data, which was deflationary. Is it going to pay out? Maybe, maybe not. Most important, guys, manage your risk accordingly. Borka Torka, magyar vagyok. Barka Torka, sorry, not Borka Torka. Szevasz. US 30, don't have any positions. US 100. We have 13 minutes until CPI data print, and I think it's still a good opportunity to enter into gold long position. And I'll show you why. Let me just change some music. Gold started to move sideways now back into the technical channel, which I talked about. I'm not a 100% technical trader. I'm starting my my analysis on the macroeconomics fundamental side, but technicals also can be very good to find entries. And right now, you can see we had this massive whiplash. We might have another retest of even the pivot, which is in the stop loss zone, the risk tolerance zone, to be 100% professionally accurate. So the risk tolerance level is just below the pivot. We might have another retest. I hope it's not going to happen, but we have this massive whiplash, this huge wick, 200 pips. So we might have another retest, but looking at the fundamental data, which was the CPI today, everything is pointing into the direction that, you know, it's deflationary. So gold in theory should go higher.
It will. After it takes out everybody.
That 200 pip, I mean, it triggered all stop losses on buys and sells. Gooses, look at the food and energy, it's a sell. Yeah, the core CPI, which was actually, there was no change. And if you look at the core CPI year on year, there was a in line with expectation, it was lower than expected. But I cannot ignore the headline CPI, which was 4%. And usually what happens, that the narrative, the focus is taking over, and market usually focuses on the better number. Now we have the retest I mentioned. Let's have a look on the 4-hour candle. Now we're creating the lower wick of the 4-hour candle. And retesting the pivot. And it's retesting the pivot. If it bounces back, everything is fine. If it fails, then it still cannot tell 100% whether it's a sell, because we have this wick down here. It's really hit my stop loss just now, closing down all the positions. It looks like the pivot is holding. So I re-entered into another position on the pivot. And we have 9 minutes until the New York Stock Exchange open. Let's have a quick look on yields. Yields are crawling back. Can't see anything on the yields. US 30. US 30 just bounced off from the channel. So if you haven't entered, wait until New York Stock Exchange open, because we could have a retest. I'm just go down to lower time frame. So we had an impulse move to the upside, so that confirmed the direction, and we could have another retest of the break of the previous resistance. So what it would look like in practice, US 30 could have price coming down a little bit lower, then moving higher. Looking at Nasdaq. Nasdaq is a bit more complicated because of the tech stocks, the big tech stocks, so I would wait with Nasdaq. Let's go back to gold. Fucking gold. The only thing that's holding gold right now is just the pivots. We have 5 minutes until New York Stock Exchange open. Someone says that Tomasz has muted your YouTube. I don't think so. The only thing that's holding gold. No, I haven't. Maybe you muted your computer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you, Albert.
Yes, I mean you're not muted on YouTube.
Max Sazonov says it might be a wick filled down. Yes, it's very much possible because we have this big ass wick. That's beyond my control, guys. Unfortunately, this 200 pip wick, Whiplash, 205 pips. It's below the channel, above the channel. Definitely beyond my stress levels. And we have 4 minutes and 20 seconds until New York Stock Exchange open. Forex Superstar says sell, guys, no buy. Put some more context into why are you looking for sells? What is the reason? Forex Superstar. Name is very, very promising. If you're Forex Superstar, try to add some narrative into your statement.
No, it's overconfidence. That's we call.
Well, being named Forex Superstar?
Overconfident.
Well, maybe he is a Forex Superstar. How many minutes we have until New York Stock Exchange? Two minutes, 15 seconds. Alright guys, let's get ready. When was the last time you saw 200 pip Whiplash on gold?
Not.
It's big news.
Yeah, Thomas, I think it was in January, the same CPI. It was on 1900 levels. From 1982, it whiplashed to 1960 and then rose to 2000, I guess.
So it was like 7 months ago, 6 months ago, right?
Exactly. And then you took a sell on 2000 level and you made 120 pip profit.
Quantum News says all order activated, that result account blown. Yes, 200 pip Whiplash definitely activated all of the stop losses. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And New York Stock Exchange is open, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how the market is going to react. Gold is... Let me just pull up another chart. So on the left, we're going to watch gold. On right, do you want to watch US 30 or NASDAQ?
30.
30, okay. Okay. I'm entering into long on US 30. Okay, gold buys. If it bounces, then it's going to bounce from the current price level. US 30, yeah, just delete that one. We had the retest. Boom. I think we can keep a... Yeah, we can keep 34.60 as a stop loss. Gold now is going up. Slowly, US 30 started to reverse, going down a little bit. Oh, come on. Come on. Now gold is going pumping. That's what I like. Good girl. For now.
Wagwan.
It's like when David Attenborough narrates something that, oh, the little bunny just escaped from the claws of the evil, wolf. He's safe. For now.
Thomas, can you put the Habibi audio?
Habibi. Habibi.
This one?
Yes, that one.
Ah, that's it.
Wagwan, Jamaica.
Wagwan.
Wagwan, Jamaica.
US 30 is just not moving. Let's have a quick look on NASDAQ. NASDAQ as well. Can't. GJ. I think on GJ there's another good long opportunity now that we had the sideway movement. So if you into GJ, I'm in long position as I showed in the MetaTrader. Let me just send out this to my team. Okay, it's been sent. Sunny, I just did GJ. GJ is long. All right. Some people still shorting gold. Come on, guys. I mean, I don't want to change your mind, but the data is clearly deflationary. Yes, we can argue on core CPI, but look at the headline CPI, which it cannot be ignored. Yet gold is struggling to find a nice clear pump. Sometimes when the market prints these massive whiplashes, it messes up all the algorithms, and the truth is that many of the markets have been driven by algorithms, and when we have this massive whiplash, everything just messed up, and it requires, you know, actual human traders to intervene, and programmers to give the prompts for the algorithms. But once they sit down, once they sort out, all they're going to do is look at the data. Okay, deflationary, then it's going to be a long, so it should be back to normal. GJ long. Do you see the double top and hammer bar on 4 hour? Brother, if you look, there are many double tops. Look at this. Let me show you. How many double tops you can see on the chart? How many double tops can you count on this chart? And yet price is still going up. And do you know why? Let me just show you. So the UK is actually printed the last time back to double-digit inflation. The UK is expected to continue to raise interest rate, and if you look at the interest rate differentials between the two countries, UK, and actually look at the yields on the 2-year, ladies and gentlemen, historical moment, the UK is now offering higher interest rate than the US on the short end of the yield curve. And look at Japan, negative interest rate. So the UK is expected to further increase interest rate, which means that the sterling, the British pound, is going to appreciate against other currencies. That is the reason why I'm long on GBP Japanese yen, and I'm not looking at double tops because honestly, you know what? I'm going to enter in, just to show you, I'm going to enter into a long position on GJ. 25 lots. Right now.
Jesus, man. 25.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So I just entered 25 lots on GJ because, you know, don't look at double tops, look at economics, and look at two different countries. I mean, what is actually giving a strength or weakness to a currency? What does the currency represent? It represents the strength of the economy and also the monetary policy expectations. And the UK is expected to further increase monetary policy because of the high inflation. I mean, it's all over the news, guys. You just need to read financial news. Right, I'm going to reduce the positions on gold because this is getting ridiculous now. It's still struggling to find direction. Fortunately, have to accept some minimal profit. Once we're out of this misery, it should continue higher. And yet, look at that, GJ's slowly going higher and higher. Okay, guys. Those who would like to join the Alpha community, you can do so by following the link I'm just posted into the YouTube chat. You can follow the link below the description. I do daily morning briefings. You get to see my positions. What else included? Is it worth to join? Is it worth to join?
Of course. This is
Yeah, man.
not just fucking economics shit. We talk
It's
about
definitely
everything.
worth to join. You will learn a lot. You learn about macroeconomics, economics, microeconomics. You learn how to read the code.
You learn how to read.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, how to read. Yeah.
Yeah, people asking if I'm out of the gold position. No, I've reduced the position because gold is just not working the way as I expected, even though we had deflationary data. But GJ, on the other hand, guys, it's a very good opportunity to jump onto long position. Most people would sell because they see, oh, hey, here's a double top. But in 70% of the cases, that double top is going to fail. And how do I know? Well, look at the... how many double tops can you count here? A lot. So the interest rate differential between the UK and Japan is expected to further widen because the UK Bank of England is going to raise interest rate this week or next week. I can't remember when is the decision. Anyway, long story short, if you would like to get the same kind of daily analysis, go to the alphafx.eu and join the club. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to call it a day because it's been 2 hours now.
Great day.
And tomorrow, team, we're going to skip the morning briefing because we have FOMC tomorrow night and we're going to live trade it. It won't be on YouTube. It's only for private members. Okay.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
You are welcome. Let's quickly have a look on another final look on the GJ
Thank you,
position.
Tom.
I
Number
just
one.
entered.
Don't you
Oh,
wanna
and
do a
GJ is
big
going
analysis?
higher.
Analysis.
Yes, 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 yes. Who entered into GJ?
I did actually.
Yeah. I did.
Bad one, everybody.
Well, go on. Have a good day, guys.
Nailed
Thank
it.
you so much.
Just bye.
Nail it.
Bye.
Okay.
So,
Bye.
so.
See you tomorrow, guys.
So.
Aye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to join, if you would like to get help with your trading, if you would like to learn how to trade macroeconomics, and if you would like to understand and actually finally speak like a trader, trade like a trader, and not just draw trend lines and find order blocks which are actually not there, if you would like to understand why the market is moving the way it moves, take the opportunity with the 50% discount and join the Alpha community. I do morning briefings every single day, only when I'm not, which is a live session, live trading in the morning, live trading in the afternoon, and also tomorrow, most important thing of the month is going to be an interest rate decision, FOMC press conference and meeting. We're going to live trade it, and this is only for members, maybe for public, I don't know. But if you would like to join, go to the AlphaFX website and become member of the team. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. This is the Alpha FX.